the sun's reflection could melt your house. It's more common than you may think. For the Shed family, it happened twice. The sun. It provides light, heat, and energy.
It's over that way. Yeah, there you go.
In a few minutes, we'll show you just how powerful it is.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
But first, the reason it's causing problems for Michael and Michelle Shed of Wyoming.
Very frustrating, very disappointing.
Every summer, Michelle keeps track of the bright light that moves up their house. Most recently, it happened around 4 p.m.
An hour later, it was right down here. An hour later, it was up here. An hour later, it was up here.
The spot is so hot, it melts the vinyl siding. The Sheds contacted the construction company that installed it
and diagnosed it as solar reflection off our neighbor's windows.
In 2012, the Sheds paid $16,000 for CertainTeed brand vinyl siding. In 2015, it melted.
Which then they recommended that the neighbors have installed black screening.
The neighbors allowed the modifications and the construction company paid for new siding. Then in 2017, it happened again.
Which at this point in time, the CertainTeed rep for sure thought it was our neighbor's kitchen vent.
The rep suggested painting the vent a different color.
My neighbors nicely made all the changes that were recommended.
The construction company picked up the cost and replaced the siding again. But no one really knows if the problem is gone.
Yeah, you sent me all the pictures from it.
We asked Chris Bowden to explain what's going on at the Sheds house. He's a self-proclaimed science geek and president of a nonprofit educational organization called the Geek Group.
If the sun's coming in like this and it hits something like a window, and that window might have some kind of coating on it or something like that, it might have a mylar window shade, there's a million variables to account for. But all it has to do is reflect that energy here, and now you have a hot spot on the side of the house.
It becomes worse if the window is warped, bent, or concave.
It changes all the rules because this will focus the light.
Bowden shows us an extreme experiment that proves how hot the sun can be if it's focused on an object.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. 2 seconds.
Jeez.
2 seconds and you have fire.
The focused light on the Sheds house is not that intense, but it is enough to warp the vinyl. Oh, that's a good one right there. Michelle continues to take pictures of the sun's path across her house. She says they also consider joining a class action lawsuit against CertainTeed and other vinyl siding manufacturers. The claim is that the vinyl melts too easy. They think CertainTeed should pay for the repairs.
They told us that no siding manufacturer will warranty against solar reflection damage or severe heat damage.
13 on Your Side reached out to CertainTeed, which is based in Pennsylvania. The company says the problem is not with the vinyl, but the abnormal conditions around the home. In a statement, the company said, should the surface temperature increase beyond 165 degrees, vinyl may distort. Such conditions are not typical and unpredictable.
They left us kind of feeling hopeless and ashamed, kind of, because who would spend that kind of money for this?
The Sheds say the real test will be in the summer of 2018. That's when they should know if the new siding is holding up to the sun's heat. As for that class action lawsuit, it was filed in September in New York. It involves plaintiffs from Florida, Maine, Minnesota, and Michigan. At this point, the Sheds could not join because in both cases, the construction company, not the manufacturer, paid for the repairs.